from YouTube and DLive and Twitch like typical, but also tonight for the first time, I hope, I'm also going live from pill.net and Foxhole. So let me actually give this a little look-see and see if I can see. Also, if I get, oh, that's not cool. If I get some feedback for a second, please bear with me because I don't know what this is going to do when I open it, but I just want to make sure that it's working because this is my first time ever even playing around with this. It looks like, yay! Oh no! Okay, cool. Awesome, you guys. Yeah, this is really exciting. So this opens up a whole new world with, you know, we always knew that eventually we'd have to get away from these platforms like YouTube. I don't know how I'm still alive. If I'm still alive, I haven't even checked, to be honest. I just hit go. And I'm really grateful to the people that are behind sites like Pilled and Foxhole that are finding places for us, homes for us. We are homeless right now. And it is, it's not easy, but at the same time, we're figuring it out. I am actually very blown away by the resilience of the Patriots in this community and how we've been able to find each other. And man, we are not giving up. Hi, you guys. So unfortunately, my chat doesn't migrate over here. Hi, Alara. But I will keep, oh man, I wish I could have, oh, if I make this smaller. We're working it out, guys. Anyway, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because you guys know, well, those of you that have watched me know that I don't even know what I'm doing here. I just want to talk to people. I want to help anybody that I can just by, like, I don't know, shedding light on something or just by being positive, because I am able to see some of the positivity through this really awful time, guys. And so anytime I kind of get thrown into a new audience, I get a little bit nervous because you guys aren't used to me and you guys are probably sitting there thinking, who is she? What is she doing? Just to give you a little bit of info on me, my kid will probably come in and interrupt us at some point. I might cry. I tend to do that from time to time. But really, I like to just watch the chat as much as possible so that I can be here with you guys and interacting with you guys. Yeah, who is Kate? Kate was born on a rainy Wednesday in January. What is this? Oh, I can't see that. Unfortunately, this is moving pretty quickly. But anyway, this is pretty exciting. So, you know, not only are we having new platforms for video pop up like pill.net and Foxhole, which I'm really excited about. Gab is getting it together. It looks like they're getting some new servers online. So I know it's been spotty, but be patient because I really think that once they get it all up and running, that we are going to find a home there. I don't know what's happening with Parler. I hear they'll be back, but I don't know when. And I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm hoping that Trump will eventually give us, you know, either some new home that is impenetrable, or they will lend a hand to some of these people that are already creating these platforms that are trying to find a home for us and make it, you know, easier on them. And you know, because they absolutely got bombarded, which we knew this was happening, kind of. I guess most of us were somewhere in the back of our minds, we were prepared for this, but at the same time, you never really know until you go through it. And I don't really think anybody was really going to believe that they would do this until we saw it with our own eyes, especially seeing Trump get taken off of Twitter. That was like, that was mind blowing. And then to see just everybody, just one by one falling dominoes. But I do think that it is, oh, I'm getting a spam phone call. That tends to happen. That's the only people that are calling me. I don't even know why I have a phone. I do know why I have a phone, and it's to be online and it's to connect with you guys. So Telegram right now is kind of where everybody seems to be populating. And that's so interesting to me because who'd have thunk it, right? I also think it's interesting. Hey, Fearless, Brutal Biscuit. Hi, guys. Sorry if I don't say hi to you. It moves a lot faster. Oh, you know what I can do now? Let's see if you like this. Let's see if that pops up. You guys might be able to see the chat for everything. Or is that distracting? You guys can see your own chats. I think I'm going to take that off. We might mess around with that later. But yeah, so Telegram. So the interesting thing is I saw there's a Sidney Powell channel. That's not Sidney Powell. If you go to the actual, bio of it or whatever, then it tells you that it's not officially Sidney Powell. But the interesting thing to me is it kind of created the template for us, because I don't really think most of us thought to use Telegram as that kind of a platform to connect with that many people. Because as far as I was concerned, it was like a replacement for text messages. And never did I ever think that you could connect with that many people at once. But then Sidney Powell did it, and there were, I don't even know, like the first day I saw it, there were about 100,000 members on her channel. So that was interesting. Thank you, Tessa. And then, so anyway, we have one now for We the Media, and we never in a million years thought that it was going to blow up the way that it did. So it's been really cool to see. It's a testament truly to people not giving up and wanting to find the information still. People aren't like, oh man, well, they took us, they're trying to deplatform us off of all the social media. I guess we just pack up our stuff and go home now. And like, no, people are hungrier than ever to understand what's going on, to see what's happening. So I don't even know. I haven't even checked it because I've been busy. But that We the Media, we're over 46,000 subscribers now. And a couple things. One is that, hey, Tyler, one is that there are two chats. So if you're new to Telegram, first of all, go into your settings, then go into your privacy and security, and then go into your phone number and make sure that it's set to nobody, because I think it was defaulting to everybody being able to see your phone number. So that's the one thing that I worry about with this app, is everybody's security and protection. So if you are new to Telegram, or even if you're not and you've never checked those settings before, just go ahead and make sure that your phone number is private. And the other thing is that it's kind of cool how it does this, but there are two We the Media groups. One is just We the Media. Oh, let me give you guys the link. That would help. And I'll give it to you guys also in Pilled. So this is the We the Media, I guess you would say channel. How do I find there we go. Wait, yeah, share. 11 steps. Okay, so here's the We the Media channel. Can I put it in here? Yeah. Doop. And over here. So this is, the chat is craziness, okay? If you want to avoid all of the chat, if you don't mind did that come through? Let's try that again. If you don't mind, like if you're not really there to participate, you don't really want to, you just want to get the news, you want to see what's happening, subscribe to that, and it keeps it kind of nicer and neater and tighter. We've got about, let's see, we have about 30 contributors right now. And these people are like I am so pleased with the way that this came together. And all of these people are working so hard. All of our administrators and all of our content providers are working so hard to put all of this information out there. This is going to be the link to the chat, if I can find it. Can't find it. Oh well, we'll come back to that. Anyway, so then there's a separate one that is the chat. That one will probably smooth over for, eventually. It's just when everybody was going in there at the same time, and then everyone wants to say hi at first when they get in there, it just was craziness. So we had to add like moderators and bots and all of these things to take care of it. And that stuff is way over my head. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. And shout out to Keystone, my friend Patricia from the Keystone channel. She was like, no. She messaged me. She's like, no, you guys have no idea what you're doing. Like, let me help you. And she helped us get what we needed to get as far as getting it under control to some degree. because yeah, it was nutty. And you never really think, because we saw, there were some other really awesome channels that had like a couple thousand people, a couple thousand members. I think that was what we were like hoping for at best. And Keystone is tech support. Yep. And I don't know. So yeah, check that out. I think it's real. That's where I am going to find my news now that I'm no longer on Twitter. It's so funny, you guys. I keep going to my Twitter. It's like muscle memory. I keep going to my Twitter app and I was like, oh yeah. You know what's weird though is that I'm still somehow logged in on my laptop. I'm still logged into the Kate Awakening Twitter, which is weird. Like I can't do anything. I can't post. I can't like or comment. But I just thought that was weird. And obviously there are some of us that have hopes that those accounts will come back to us, because it's not about the followers. It's about years of content. Some people have put a lot of time and energy into really awesome threads. And before we ever really knew that this kind of thing was possible to happen, that they would just take our account away for no reason, we put those threads on there, and then those threads are like our babies, and then they're just gone. The whole everything, like it's history. I want to go back and look at my tweets and look at some of the things that, we've been through over these last couple of years, but no, those are gone. So anyway, I do hope that those come back to us. Just curious who owns Telegram, because look what happened to Parler. Is that a possibility for Telegram? So from what I understand, every site has to be hosted on servers, and the bigger you are, the bigger the servers have to be. And unfortunately, the servers tend to be owned by people who don't like us. And so they have the power to, even though they're not the owners of the site, they have the power to pull the plug. That's what happens to a lot of the streaming sites too, because it takes a lot of, I'm going to say the wrong word. Is it bandwidth? I don't know. What is it? The stuff that makes things go, the little mice that run around on the wheels that happen in the internet, that makes it possible to stream to the web. Those things tend to be owned by some not so good people, and so they can pull the plug on just about anyone. What makes Gab unique is that they do own their own servers, if I am correct. So, and they were just currently uploading like 10 more servers to make it go faster and to just make it work for everybody. So that's why they've been pretty spotty for the last couple days. Plus they had an influx of, I saw 750% in one day, the traffic went up. So Gab is the future. Yes. Yeah, I'm liking Gab so far. It's kind of a mixture of Twitter meets Facebook. I know they've got Gab TV. I haven't really played around with that yet. Russia Telegram, pride on protected users. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I did see that they put out some statement really talking about how they really value your privacy and things like that. So we hope they are being honest and truthful. Question, if they set up the raid, why would Pelosi leave her laptop? Kate, I've been with, you since the beginning. So much love. Thanks, Sarah. I don't know, Sarah. That's a good question. There are lots of things about that day that I know people have lots of questions about. And hey, Methods. Trumpy Cool's in here. I missed him. I didn't see. Thank you, Trumpy Cool, for being here, my friend. Use the Brave browser instead of the shady mofos. I've never used the Brave browser before, but Keystone uses that, so it must be the good one because she's the tech person. Optics, yeah. So to me, really the important thing, like, gosh, I put together these links. We'll go through my links because I should probably set up sharing my screen. Because why not? Here we go. Just to see some stuff. I'll go through these, but really the reason, yeah, Foxhole is working. Awesome. I know, I'm so excited. I've got that open over here. Everything seems, I'm surprised. Nothing ever works for me. Yeah, anyway, so I don't know, you guys. Mostly for me, the reason it was important for me to check in tonight is because I know what you're all thinking and feeling, and I've been thinking and feeling it too. And I've been talking to a lot of people, and just, I want people to know that they're not alone going through this. This is scary. This is a scary time. But when I pull back my view, like when they talk about, the 40,000 foot view, and you're really looking at the situation for what it is, I almost have to laugh, because it has gotten to a point where it is so ridiculously obvious to me. Okay, this is my perspective, that when they say you're watching a movie, that is exactly what this is. Let me just pull this up while we're on the topic of it, because before we go into those links, you guys should see my desktop right now. It's really sad. I have 14 million things open. Okay, so we'll start here. Was this the one I said? Well, I did want to read a few of these, but so this is from October of 2017. So this is one of the first drops. Some of us come here to drop crumbs, just crumbs. POTUS is 100% in. Okay. Oh, wait, before I say this, if you go back and reread the first 100 drops or so, it is really incredible how uncanny they are, how they line up perfectly with what is going on right now. So this is obviously one of the first ones. POTUS will not be addressing the nation on any of these issues, as people begin to be indicted and must remain neutral for pure optical reasons. To suggest this is the plan, is false and should be common sense. Focus on military intelligence, state secrets, and why that might be used versus any three-letter agency. What SC decision opened the door for a sitting president to activate what must be showed? That's good. Why is POTUS surrounded by generals? Again, there are a lot more good people than bad, so have faith. This was a hostile takeover from an evil, corrupt network of players, not just Democrats. Don't fool yourself into thinking Obama, Soros, Roths, Clintons, etc. have more power present day than POTUS. Operation Mockingbird, obviously that's talking about our corrupt media and how scared and fearful they have people thinking. Patriots are in control, sit back and enjoy the show. So, obviously the media has been one of the biggest topics that we've been talking about over the last couple of years. And it really is quite apparent, especially after POTUS talk today, and we'll go into that a little bit. I was seeing so much fear come out of people. And it just became so clear to me how conditioned we've all been to jump directly into that response. Okay, this is 2-year Delta. We are fighting for life. We are fighting for good. We are at war. Not everything will be clean. Scare necessary event. So this is what I kind of wanted to talk about. Let me just read the rest of the drop. Do you trust the U.S. military? Do you trust the chain of command? Have faith. We are in control. Patriots stay. Have faith. You were chosen for a reason. You are being provided the highest level of intel to ever be dropped publicly in the history of the world. Use it. Protect and comfort those around you. Where we go one, we go all. So when I say I'm laughing about the way things are unfolding and about this looking like a movie to me and how obvious that this is getting, this is what I'm seeing right now. This is terrifying. We are seeing, I don't know if you guys saw the Project Veritas today from I think he was like a lead prosecutor or something for PBS, and saying incredibly scary things. And, they're calling for, they're taking us off of all of these platforms, not just social media. People are losing their jobs. People are losing access to being able to run credit cards and things like that. So for their businesses, they're losing access to their email. Email companies are saying, no, we no longer will provide an email for you. So these things are terrifying. And I do believe what I'm still seeing here is that it is getting us, like our favorite Anon says, to the precipice of this. We are getting a sneak preview, or we won't call it a preview. We're getting a look what would have happened if we didn't have Trump. We are getting kind of a crash course right now so that people do kind of panic, I think. I think that it is necessary for people to be a little bit afraid, because that is going to drive it home why things needed to happen the way that they happened, or are going to happen. They are going to wake up to the reality of how close we came to this terrifying reality that we are getting a view of right now. And so while I feel compelled to make people feel calm and make people feel okay and not be afraid, I also do see why they needed us all to be afraid. Even the people that have been paying attention, they couldn't just give us the answers and be like, oh, you know, this is how it's going to go down and this is the date, so don't be afraid. All of this other stuff you see is just being scripted, is just being you know, shown to you in order to make you scared, because then we don't get scared. We comfort our friends and family. No, like, people need to see it. Scare event is necessary. I believe this is the scare event. I don't think it's some big, you know what, I'm trying to stay away from that term, that that it might have seemed at first. I think that the scare event is to watch the world crumble in the way that it is crumbling right now. And am I on Safe Chat? I don't know. Let me check my list of, it's like 19 pages long, my list of passwords, you guys. I don't know what I'm on anymore. But right now, really, I'm just using Telegram as far as communications go. Oh no, I have my Gab. I have Gab. And there's also somebody already impersonating me on Gab. So I believe my at thingy on Gab is Kate_awakening. And the person impersonating me is using @KateOrDie, which was my old Twitter handle, because I'm like radical and stuff. But anyway, that is not me. So only the Kate_awakening is really me. If you're following that other chump, get rid of it. Yeah, I saw the thing about Bruce Willis. Then I wanted to share this one last throwback drop with you really fast, because I think this one is important. It's one of my favorite ones, and I keep coming back to it all the time. You and your families are safe, promise. So I believe that. I believe with everything I'm seeing unfolding, again, when I put my fear aside and really look at the things with my brain that I've been researching and looking into over the last couple years, I am seeing it unfold exactly the way that we've been told it would, you know, without giving us specific details, without giving us dates and exactly what it would look like. I do feel like this is what we've been prepared for. We are in that kind of sweet spot, if you want to call it. I know that it's not fun, but between being scared, we're like, oh shit, this is real, and comfortable enough that we're not panicking. We feel prepared, right? We've been preparing. I mean, most people I know have been keeping themselves well stocked with the necessities, you know, not saying that the world is ending, but like, you know, we've seen what happened over the summer in some big cities. And if you don't have to go out when stuff like that is going on, especially if you live in one of these big cities, then you don't want to, or you shouldn't. And yeah, so we are also in a position where we can kind of calm the fears of our friends and family that are kind of panicking right now, that are paying attention. And even though we might go cry in the bathroom by ourselves, not saying I've ever done that before, but you know, yeah, like I have my moments of fear because I'm a human being, and mostly because I'm a mom. I think if I wasn't a mom, I'd be like, war paint, I don't care, take me, I don't care, I am ready. I am one of those people that believes I truly would rather die on my feet than live on my knees. And I wholeheartedly, with every fiber of my being, feel that way, except for the fact that I'm a mother and I have a child that needs me. He's young. And so that gets scary. And sometimes the fear gets the best of us. Fear is a MRFer. Yeah, so, but you guys know I just cry anyway, because that's what I do. At least have food and water stored. We may have shortages or have to stay inside for a bit. Yeah, that's always possible. I mean, it's better to be prepared than unprepared, right? especially if you're getting like canned goods and paper towels and things like that that don't get bad. You're not sitting there with like 1,500 bowls of fruit with like flies on it. We know what to do. We know what to get. It's not going to go to waste. Don't get paranoid and buy up everything in the store so that other people go without. Chances are, I mean, really, when it comes down to it, we're at the tail end here, guys. And I don't anticipate being locked in our homes. That's just that. Like, if what we are led to believe is true, and patriots are in control, I don't believe they're going to let our self-service go down. People need that in case of emergencies. I mean, people need access to medications and things like that. I do see the possibility. I mean, we're already starting to see it of social media completely getting blacked out, possibly even the internet. I don't know. So maybe have some cash on hand. But I did see the woman tell Schumer off. That was pretty funny. Fear not, time is here, 207 and on. Damn toilet paper hoarders. I know. Certainly not one of them. No, I'm not. I have a normal amount of toilet paper, you guys. 119 will work, others not. Interesting. I've never heard that before. We're all on the path of most resistance. Well, I believe we're on the path of seeing exactly what it would be like in the Biden administration, or if Hillary would have gotten in. I think that's something that throughout history we can never forget. We can never let our children forget. We can never let our children's children forget how close we came to that, because we became completely distracted and lulled to sleep. New X-22 dropped on Rumble. What makes a good movie? Man, I wish I had the time to just sit and watch all of these. X-22 is, everybody always like tells me like a million awesome things that come from them, and I don't know if I've really ever watched. I don't get to watch anyone. I don't get to watch any of my friends. I don't get to watch any of the cool people putting out stuff. Tina, hey Kate, I've had my head up, had my ups and downs too. Staying strong though. You're amazing. Keep your beautiful head up. Thanks for all you're doing. Thank you so much, Tina. Yeah, ups and downs are going to be normal, and we have to be able to share. I have a lot of people that I lean on, and then I feel like a giant a-hole if I don't then turn around and share some of that strength with you guys, because not everybody has that. And when I have been down, when I have been like MIA from, when on Twitter and stuff like that, or just from the internet in general, or not doing my shows, I do have people that check in on me and make sure that I'm doing okay. And they send me positive messages and words of encouragement. And I am really I feel very lucky to have that. And not everybody has that. And so I want to be able to pass it along to you guys. So that's why I cry in my bathroom and then put on a red shirt and come and talk to you guys, because I want you guys to know that, I want you to see that I'm not faking it. I really do believe that it's going to be okay. Like I said, when I go into my brain and access the not crazy part of it, I see how this is playing out. But the fear will get to you sometimes. Our kids are still our future. Don't forget that. Exactly, Mike. You know who else knows that is Donald Trump. And he also has family. He also has kids and grandchildren. And the stakes are higher for him than anybody. So that's another reason why I know he's not giving up. He has not yet conceded. Kamala Harris has not yet given up her seat. Joe Biden has not yet used the money. It's like all of those things are not a coincidence. It really does look more like, also, okay, so a lot of people were down today that Trump said, well, first he did talk about the next administration, which that can be interpreted a lot of different ways. There would be possibly a new administration, even if Trump stayed in office. And hey, Anita, And then at one point he did say something about the Biden administration when he was talking about the 25th Amendment and how it could basically come back and bite him in the butt. Now I forgot what I was saying, but we'll think of it. Beware the planned protests at all 50 capitals next week. It's a trap. Don't go. They're trying to make patriots look bad and use it as propaganda. Chippewa Man, 1975. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. I'm really glad you did. So there are flyers going around about these, protests and things like that. I wouldn't go. I do agree that I don't believe that this is being organized by patriots. I don't see a reason at this point to demonstrate at that level. And certainly they're going to do anything that they can to make us look violent or any number of things. So don't give them that opportunity. At this point, I say stay home. It's not worth it. We know their tactics. We know that they can blend in, they can cause problems, make it look like it's us. And for what? If it was patriots, it wouldn't get so much traction and spread. They'd want to shut it down. Exactly. Sometimes by something not being censored, it should make it glow, as they say. NBC is reporting that right-wing groups are coordinating on Telegram. Yeah, they're coming for us no matter where we go, right? They don't want us to have communications with each other. That smells like panic to me. And also, like, if you check the telegrams, every telegram I've seen so far that's being coordinated by patriots is, just it's like mainstream articles that are being shared and memes, thank God, and words of encouragement and things like that. Patriots are not violent. We don't have any reason to be. Well, first of all, we're winning. And second of all, it's our guy in office. I don't think it's the time to be wasting our resources, unnecessary marches to the Capitol. Yeah, last week, Trump was very clear that he wanted us there. And so I went. I don't even remember if I've told you guys about that yet. Did I even tell you about my day there or what that was like? One of the things I did want to say or did want to talk to you guys about, if I haven't already, is that there were so many people and a lot of, elderly people, disabled people. This was not an easy thing to do. It was not easy to get there. You had to get up before the sun. It was freezing cold out. There was not a toilet to be found, nothing to eat or drink. People standing out in the cold to maybe hear him. Most people couldn't even hear him speak, but there these people stood for our president. And it was really encouraging to me. And it broke my heart, but it also like mended it and filled it back up again, because that's what we are as a country. That's how much this means to people. That's how much this country means to people. They're not just going to roll over and stay in their bed and just say, oh, well, I really hope that when I wake up tomorrow, we still have a country. And that it's, the United States, and that we still have a constitution. These people moved heaven and earth to be there. I know a lot of people personally, and people drove from all over the country. People came from outside of the country. It was really, I've never seen that many people in my life, and I've been to many Warped Tours. It was crazy. It was like so dense. You couldn't walk at all. And it gave me a lot of hope that these are just the people that showed up for this one day to maybe hear a speech. There is so much belief in our country. There is so much strength behind that belief. And just keep that in mind whenever you're feeling alone, or you feel like you're the only person who feels this strongly about protecting this country. Saw you with Vincent Fusca. Who is he? Well, as far as I can tell, he's Vincent Fusca. I did get to take a pic. I got to take some pictures with some pretty cool people that day. That was pretty awesome. And yeah, saw him running down the street, went chasing after him. As you do, you know. Compassion for all. How good is this awakening? I have noticed people are lifting their heads and are willing to say hello. You know, I was listening to Methods. I think it was Methods and Abe earlier today, and they were kind of talking about working on ourselves in the meantime. And you guys know that that's something that I feel very passionately about, something that I talk about on my channel all the time, is taking this time, like yes, the information is still important and we're still paying attention to what's going on. It's not like we're getting complacent and being like, okay, screw the world, I'm just going to focus on myself. But in the meantime, well, I mean, let's face it, nothing we do at this point is going to change the outcome of anything. It is decided. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. I believe that it's going to shake out in our favor. But now is the time, if you're feeling antsy and you are going mad with information and can't stand a minute more of watching the world burn, take this time to really focus on yourself and work on yourself. Because ultimately, I mean, first of all, if everybody in our country did that to begin with, we wouldn't be in this mess anyway. So just be sure to. Rain says, LOL, Kate, sorry, but you're reminding me I need to dye my hair. I remember when I first started and somebody got really mad at me because my roots were showing, and they were like, you're not a real blonde? Like, what do I even trust anymore? And I'm like, oh my God, dude, chill out. Nobody's real. Sorry, guys. It's been a rough year. Just take a deep breath, Shinedown says. Indeedly doodly. Heard a report that Lauren Boebert had a confrontation with security guard at the newly installed metal detectors in the Capitol building. I don't know who that is. But that doesn't say anything about anything because I don't know who anyone is. Simon Park said he talked to the real Q and everything is about to hit the fan. Okay. Would like to have current info of situation. Man, wouldn't we all? But that is the point, I think. Nobody knows. Like, nobody knows what is going on right now. And so anybody that claims that they do, I would, oh, yep. That is the point, I believe, is that nobody knows. If whatever the plan is, we're not hearing about it. We're not hearing about it from your cousin's uncle's dude friend who's in the military who just got a call. It's not going to come out like that. That's not how we're all going to find out magically what's happening or how the plan is going to come down or come out, as far as I am concerned. Arizona has the best patriots, don't we, folks? Yeah, Arizona is a pretty cool state, but I will say that there are awesome patriots in many, many states. I think Simon Parks was alluding to talking to Code Monkey, just my take. Well, that would be irresponsible because, you know, how do you download Gab through browser? Ooh, I don't know about that. I just use the browser. I don't download. I don't believe they have an app. No outside comms. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Prep, pray, stay out of the way. I like that. Yeah, you know, a lot of people give us flack for saying that, you know, oh, well, your Q's just made people complacent and they're just, you know, sitting at home and not doing anything about it. Bull honky. It has woken people up. People are paying more attention than ever. And not only that, like I said, it's all about that sweet spot, baby. We're not only awake and not only paying attention, but we're calm when we're not crying in our bathrooms, right, guys? Like, we're not like, oh my gosh, what, you know, there is an expiration date. I will admit, it's not like we're just going to be sitting here 15 years from now, me with my long beard being like, still trust in the plan, guys. We are going to get to a point where it's like, okay, it's clear whether it was real or not. But like I said, people are paying attention more than they've ever been. Like, nothing's getting through the cracks at this point. We are paying attention to the information coming out more than ever. And I think it's a good thing that we've been activated in that way, to be not only paying attention, but doing our own research. And yeah, though it kind of sucks sometimes, questioning everybody, like everybody. I don't care what your uncle said to you. Do you really know him? No, but like, you know, to lose that was almost one of the things I was thinking about Lin Wood and why he might be, like, this is just a theory, but possibly why he's going off the rails as much as he is to be like show anybody who was about to turn and start like worshiping him as our savior and like, oh, this is where we're getting all the good info now. He's almost got to throw out some of this crazy stuff. So it's like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not going to trust everything he says. I don't know. That's just a thought. It just seems like if anytime you give all the information to one person to give out, you make them a target. And you also run the risk of creating somebody that people will just start following blindly. What is it with us as human beings that we just need to follow people blindly? Hang on, I need to check this. Oh my gosh, I didn't even send that to the pill.net. That is the We the Media Telegram that I finally hit send on. But yeah, that's a good place to. Oh yeah, Silent Running. If you guys haven't listened to the song Silent Running, if I play that, I'll get a copyright strike. But just on YouTube, do we care? Anyway, if you haven't heard that song, it's from the 80s and I love it. But the lyrics are actually like mind-blowing if you read them. What did Lin Wood say that was so out there for truthers? That is, it's not necessarily that it was out there. It's just that he has put out some stuff now that is provably false or from provable like satire sites. So, and as though it were true. So I don't know what to like. I'm still of the mind that Lin Wood could definitely be part of this plan. And, but yeah, I do think that he's definitely not our savior. We definitely shouldn't be looking to him as, like, this is our source of information now. Kate White Hat plays a lot of music on here. I love White Hat. Yeah, but I know I'll get a copyright strike on YouTube. I mean, it's going to go down eventually. Maybe next time. I would literally love to sit here and just like DJ for you guys and just have music running in the back. I feel like it would set the vibe so much better. Everything I do is so bare bones. Like if you could see what is going on around me right now, there's like certainly not laundry on the floor over there and like some cleaning stuff over here. I'm literally in the corner of my bedroom. When I was in DC and I did the show with Red Pill, his setup, his like travel setup was better than like maybe 6 times better than my like main setup. Yes, please DJ for us. Music for the soul. It's all I really want. Maybe I'll just quit doing this. Like I'll quit the whole truther thing and I'll just go be a DJ. I feel like I'd be very good at being a DJ, other than I have to push buttons and like know things about technology. Are my feet numb yet, Kate? Yes, just my right one. Thank you, Dom Bud 74. Trump has been telling us he is giving America back to the people. Very possible he doesn't return. That is a possibility. You're totally right. And I'm so sorry I missed your name because it went, Sassafras. Yeah, that is possible. And when he talks about, you know, a peaceful transfer of power, that was one of the tweets that I made was, is he talking about peaceful transfer of power back to the people. That is ultimately the goal, right? Is to not just get another great president that we like the job that they're doing, but actually reconstruct all of the corruption. Our Constitution started out so great. It's based on, like, if you look at the Constitution, it's really based on universal laws, things that we should all be able to agree on. And then some bad, somebody give somebody a little bit of power, and then they start to take a little bit more, and then they start to help out their friends and family rather than, everybody else. And we understand how that happens. And so going back to those principles where it is a government by the people, for the people, ruled by the people, that we have a say over, we don't have dictators, which is what we have right now. Look at all of, that's what I'm saying. This is what it is becoming so clear to us. I don't care what side you're on. You can't look at what's going on right now and think that this is okay in any way, shape, or form. This doesn't look at all like America. Kate, the peaceful transfer of power is a Trump admin to a new Trump admin without the SSGT Patriot says. I agree. Like, at least at first, it's not like they're just going to be like, congrats, you guys, you have your country back. Like, good luck. See you later. Yeah, there are going to be stages, but I do think, the first step is getting rid of all of the bad dudes, and then starting to write out some of this garbage that has been put in place. Like, we need term limits. Sorry. The way that it was set up, you were supposed to be the average Joe that came in and served your country, and then had to go back to being an average Joe and live under whatever you caused for your country. That stops a lot of bad stuff, doesn't it? If you have to go live under your own rules, stops a lot of bad rules from being written, doesn't it? I did see Schumer getting heckled. I could probably bring that up if you guys haven't seen that. You want me to play it really fast. We've got about 13 minutes left. Oh, the other thing is that I know on Foxhole and Pill.net, I think, quite frankly, is live right now. And, at this point, there's no way for us to not have some overlap. And I kind of figured, well, Frank has like an enormous following, and I'm not really going to be taking anybody away from Frank. So I was like, whatever, I'll just try to like squeeze myself in here. I might play around with my time slot. And if so, I'll let you know on my Twitter. Just kidding. I don't know. No, actually, that's one of the other awesome features about Pill.net and Foxhole is it literally has everybody's time slots written, so you don't have to guess, and it has it in your time zone. So you don't have to like do math like I always have to do. Kate, I have been doing shows for 3 days here on DLive, only with the information on what's happening. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, do you have, oh shoot, I don't know. Are you a moderator? I can't see. If not, if one of my moderators will go to his page and drop his link, that would make me very happy. Thank you. We may need heroes to get their hands dirty. I'm not sure what exactly that was in reference to, but maybe we are those heroes. Listen, guys, I'm just going to be blunt and say that, part of the fear that I have, yes, is for America, but obviously for myself personally, I'm not anonymous. I put myself out there. People know my name, my face. That's scary. That's scary when I see what these people are talking about. Re-education and locking people up and calling us terrorists and that we're violent and all of these things that we're not. And of course, that's scary for me. And it's another reason why I want to show my face to you guys. And because if I sit here and get arrested in front of you, then you will know. I will be the first to go. Please come get me. Please come bail me out. Yeah, I don't know. This is a very real world fear that I have, but at the same time, I am comfortable, and I think that you should be too. And keep your wits about you and keep paying attention. But it doesn't mean you have to be tuned into every little infuriating thing that is going on in the news. Now, I have put myself in a position where I feel like I need to be doing that. It's another reason why I really love the We the Media Telegram, because we've got a bunch of people working together in there, and they're picking up the slack where, I mean, let's face it, they're basically doing, I think I've posted maybe 5 times in there so far. And that's kind of, because at the same time, you know, it was almost to me like a Twitter group, like when you would make your own Twitter list and then you could go and see all of your favorites, only it was without the duplicates, or for the most part. Like they do a really good job at coordinating and not posting the same thing, but sometimes that happens. Just like when information is coming out and somebody wants to get something out quickly, they might not scroll all the way up and see that somebody else has already posted it, or they might just double post at the same time. But for the most part, it's kind of like a one-stop shop to get all of the things that are going on. And it's coming from a lot of different perspectives. There are people in there, you know, some people really focus on more of the Q stuff and like the deltas and what time people put in, like the decodes and things like that. Other people are just paying attention to the current events, what's coming out in the news. Some people are just posting really like uplifting, maybe even spiritual messages that I think a lot of people need. Some people are just posting memes, which is also very encouraged to me. That's why I started putting just memes on my Instagram, because I really feel like we need to laugh as much as possible. Pelosi a white hat, says Fearless. No, I've been talking about this a lot with some friends, and honestly, why not? Why not? Because I think that definitely people across the board are playing roles, and there is a very good chance in my mind that some of these really bad people might be playing a role. Now, does that mean that she's been good from the beginning and she's always been playing a role? Not necessarily. She could be a gray hat. They could have gotten her in a position where it's like, play along with what we're telling you to do. I mean, did you see the amount of bronzer that woman had on her face at one point? Who does that to themselves? You are watching a movie. Like, that's not kind of anyone around her. You think she's got nobody that cares about her that wasn't like, Nancy, you got just a little. Like, she looked like the Tin Man. And then her and Chuck Schumer standing next to each other at the podium the one time where they look like hostages. I'm sorry, you guys. There is this level of ridiculousness that really does just make me think that these are all actors. And so at this point, I would not be surprised to hear that this bad person is actually good, or that good person is actually bad. Well, she's 180 years old. Hey, she looks pretty freaking good. I don't know how old she really is. I loathe her, but I think she's beautiful. You know what? Remember the Q post about Project Looking Glass? The guy said it was checkmate and Trump is just waiting for them to make their moves. Yeah, that's another reason why we might be just like cutting it right to the end, is that I don't know, we're squeezing the last bit of, I don't know. I really don't know. I think I'm done with predicting, other than just to know in my heart that it's going to be okay. And I'm going to pay attention. I'm not just going to get lulled back to sleep. I'm not taking the blue pill. I'm not taking the black pill. But I'm also not going to sit on the edge of my seat at this point. I'm just, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. I'm going to keep in contact with you. I am going to, do my best to just not just tank out. Like, I want to go to bed. I want a vacation. I want this to just be over with. But at the same time, we've got days now, guys. Like, something's got to happen, right? By the 20th. What is today? The 12th? So we've got 8 days until something. And then you've got people that are like, well, actually, the original inauguration date was in March. Like, oh my gosh. No more moving the goalposts. I don't know. Thanks, Kenny. Everyone needed to see it all. No disputing it, Shinedown says. That's what I'm seeing. Honestly, that is what I'm seeing. That's my last theory. Agreed. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying, Mama Court 4. But what would that look like? It's going to be crazy if Biden does get inaugurated. We're still going to think something is happening in the background. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I've seen theories about that. I don't think so. I don't see that. I don't see how that's a possibility. That might be the day I give up. Not give up. I'm still always going to fight for our country. I'm still always going to be hopeful and optimistic. But that might be the day that I'm like, maybe, gosh, I don't know. Never say never. I don't know how I'm going to feel that day. I don't know how I'm going to feel when anything unfolds the way that it's going to. The date was in March. Oh, tomorrow's your birthday. Happy birthday, Path of Most Resistance, my friend. Is that a 6 or an 8? Okay, we've got 4 minutes left. If anybody has any questions left. But I'm really glad that this worked and that I can now use Pilled and Foxhole. There are so many good people. I'm so excited that everybody is in one, not everybody, but like more and more every day I'm seeing there. I think they just added Dilly, which I'm so excited about. I can't even tell you, to have people start consolidating more in a place that we can actually trust, that isn't trying to work against us. Oh, that was, I mean, so talk about, YouTube, when they cracked down a couple years ago on their conspiratorial content, lost millions in that quarter, and then they went back and did it the next month. So it's proof that these people are not, it's never been about money. It has always been about power. This is one of the things that I was going to share with you guys. Twitter loses $5 billion in market value after Trump is permanently barred from platform. Again, proof. It has never, has always been, sorry if I lost my sound for a second, it has always been about the power. They provide this nice, safe little place for you to get all comfy so that they can, right? Thanks, Nancy. Thank you to my moderators too. You guys always do such a bang up job, like dropping links and all of that. And I appreciate you guys so much. So yeah, you guys, this was, oh, Tyler, you're back. Yeah, so Facebook lost $35 billion. They always just wanted to own the channels of information so that they could squeeze them off whenever they decided they want to, which is exactly what we're seeing right now. Yes. Well, you guys, this was a lot of fun. So I think probably next week I'll be back at the same exact time. If this time slot works for you guys, it works for me. And yeah, maybe I'll even add another. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a wild and crazy girl right now that is trying to make it 8 more days of living in this craziness. So, oh, now I have to figure out how to. Thank you, Shinedown. I really do love you guys, and I'm so appreciative of this community and how people rally around each other and they share their positivity whenever they've got just like a drop that they can squeeze out for you. And I am just, my heart is just full with that. That keeps me going. That will keep me going the next 8 days. And then you guys better step it up a little bit. I'm sorry, I don't know, like sunflowers or something. Maybe come massage my feet. All right, you guys. Well, I will see you next week, Tuesday. Until then, I'll see you on the We the Media Telegram and on Gab, hopefully.